Coming up on this edition of the High School Experience Sports Desk, we've got scores, highlights, and breaking news from all of your Patriot athletics. Tune in for exclusive interviews and compelling stories right from the source, plus exciting footage that you won't see anywhere else. To open the show, here's your anchors.
Hello everyone, I'm Brandon Hansen here with Sean Beatty giving you the update of what's happening in your athletics.
Fall sports is on the rundown, while winter sports are prepared to get Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs.
After sending 3 FA golfers to regionals, the golf team went one step further and for the first time sent a golfer, Sarah Allen, to compete at the state level. Congratulations, Sarah.
Franklin Academy girls golf ended this season with a great drive.
With the final update on girls golf, here's Ben Voorhees with more.
We recently interviewed Aaron Walsh and Sarah Allen about the success of the girls golf team this season. They described their experiences playing in regional and state tournaments.
This year we had a lot more interest for the team. We had a lot of girls that showed potential and everyone was really excited to do it and ready to get going with golf, I guess.
The team has grown a lot and we have a lot more girls that have potential, so hopefully next year the team will be really good. I think the team next year will be really, really good because we have a lot of girls that have a lot of potential, so hopefully during the off season they'll work at it and we'll have girls shooting in the 40s and low 50s next year.
Thanks, Ben. The cross-country girls traveled to states and continued their successes over the past few years.
Hannah Zanker finished 5th, carrying the team to a 7th place finish in the States. This year marks cross-country's 3rd consecutive regional victory and 4th straight appearance at the States.
For more on their
domination of the sport,
here's Perry Frudiger.
The Franklin Academy girls cross-country team went to regionals on October the 18th. Here's Hannah Zanker to tell you more about it.
Winning regionals has been a really fun experience for the team. It's always been a great motivator before states, and a lot of the girls have gotten PRs. I'm really excited about states. Hopefully I will finally break 19 at states, and a lot of the girls will also have the chance to break the PR before the season ends.
The girls ran hard and won regionals, but were unable to win the states and placed 7th. Here's Coach Martin to tell us about the Franklin Academy girls cross-country team.
One of their biggest strengths is that they are really close and they bond together really well, and I think that has everything to do with the leadership of the team. We've been fortunate enough to have really strong captains for the last several years, and they really take it upon themselves to really have the girls have that team mentality where they work together. And this year especially we needed that because we lost our 2nd and 3rd fastest runners, one to graduation, another one to lacrosse. And so having that leadership and that attention to really pushing the girls to work together as a team, especially since we didn't have the speed that we're used to having, it was important to learn how to do pack running, which is when everyone finishes close together, and that only happens if you work as a unit. And I think that's where they really excelled this year. I think that we have a really strong team developing. We had a really great standout freshman this year in Hannah Franklin. She stepped up and she just kept improving all the way through the end at states, and I know that we're having a strong freshman class coming in next year, so I see the new talent working out well, and then just the bond that we already have in the team working together to make it an even better year than this year.
Let's run it back to the studio for the rest of your Pat Powerfield Sports.
Now with an announcement. Art students Paige Apsher, Alex Winson, Karen Poor, Sahara Raymond, and Claire Joyner are representing FA in the annual Youth Art Exhibit at the Visual Art Exchange in downtown Raleigh.
There will be a FA student forum to discuss school policies on the 2nd Thursday of every month. It will take place at 3:45 in the theater. Swimming starts its 2nd year and is looking forward to making a splash in the pool.
Here's Cody Holtman with a preview of this season.
Swim team has experienced a change in leadership this year. Miss Hintz, last year's coach, stepped down from the position after helping lead the team in their first year as an organized sport. Sad but true, Ms. Hens could not be reached for comment. The new coach, Ms. Nichols, is excited to be in her new role of leadership this year. We asked her, along with Ms. Funk, who is coming back for her second year as coach, a few questions about the upcoming season. Cindy Rowland and Tucker Monroe, both of whom are returning swimmers, include their input on the upcoming season.
Coaching is different from year to year, I think, depending on the swimmers and the students and who you're working with. I think for me, one of the biggest differences this year without Coach Hens is that we're trying to figure out a lot of the things that I didn't have to figure out last year, rules and ordering of equipment and things like that I did not have any part in last year. So there's a little bit of a different aspect to it this year, but it's fun.
I've always wanted to have an FA swim team, and it kind of happened through Miss Hens, I think, was the one who began it. And she saw me at a basketball game and said, "I'm not going to do it next year. Do you want to?" And I said, "Absolutely." Really excited. So happy I'm doing it. This is my sport. That's what I do.
I think this season is going to be a little bit better than last season because we have more guys and more girls, and a lot more people tried out this year. I feel like that we're going to have a stronger team, and now that Coach Funk and the new coach knows what she's doing, she knows how we're going to be acting when we're swimming, and she knows how to practice us. So I think it's going to lead to a better swim team. I think that due to the experience of some of the players, we're going to have a better team and a better score this year, and we're going to have a better shot as regionals. So
I think this year's going to be a lot better than last year because we already have everybody put in what their favorite stroke is, and everybody knows what they're good at. So instead of finding that out like a first year and finding out where we best fit, we already know that, and so now it's working on technique and building a team to be stronger. This being our second year, we're gonna build our relationships that we already have on the team a lot stronger, making us support that we have for each other a lot stronger, and just the bond as a team will be a lot stronger.
Hasta la pasta, FA. Back to you guys in the studio.
After an impressive performance at regionals, Casey Linger made another run at state tennis title. Although she did not take the top spot, she did end the season in the state top 4. Here's Jacob Jeffries with more.
With fall sports coming to an end, winter sports just beginning, your FA tennis player, Casey Langer, writes history for your FA tennis team.
I won 2 matches at regionals, which qualifies me for states, and I got second place at regionals. And so when I went to states, it was top 8 in the 1A division, and I won the first round, which made it to the second, and that's just like the top 4. But I ended up losing that match. Mr. Duffy had to be like an advocate for me in the coaches meetings that they had before to get me a seed into regionals. He just had to show my past record, and he really supported me in order for the coaches to vote me in to get a seed. We had one other doubles team that made it to regionals with me. They lost their first match, but they stayed supporting me.
This is Jacob Jeffries, back to the news desk.
Soccer made it to the 3rd round of the state playoffs, but despite putting up a good fight, they lost to the defending 1A champions, Wallace Rose Hill, 10-3.
The Patriots basketball teams are looking forward to a successful year. JV basketball has a new coach this year and is looking much improved over last year. After winning their first game against Lighthouse on Halloween, they are already poised to beat last year's win record. They played the Raleigh Hawks last Friday. We will get you those scores next week.
All basketball teams are facing off against New Life Camp this evening at New Life.
The JV and varsity boys will host the Raleigh Hawks again this Wednesday, and all 3 teams will play North Carolina Science and Math on Friday.
Your FA sports are looking good. With your sports news, this is Sean Beatty with Brandon Hanson saying deuces.